Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Prep Sports Plus, powered by Fairway Food Stores. I'm Andy. That's Jack. We got Peter on the ones and twos, and Peter might be joining us on more than the ones and twos later on, but that's subject to be figured out later. Jack, my friend, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn it over to ace reporter Jack Milton, who will be giving a recap of the last fall sport event of the 2025-26 school year, Mid-Prairie's round of 8 game in the 2A football playoffs. Jack, you went there. It was an entertaining game. Didn't go quite the way we wanted. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it was a very entertaining game, and it was going the way of Mid-Prairie for the first 24 minutes of it. I had been to Mid-Prairie for their first game against Mediapolis. They, of course, beat Mediapolis in the second round to get to this point, 46-0. I was at the first game. They won that by 28, and really flat out dominated the entire year. And then they run into a Van Meter team who I think has been to the state semifinals the past 11 seasons. They were a semifinalist in 2024. They won the previous two 2A state championships in 23 and 22, and then won the 1A state championship in 2021. So they bumped right up and stayed right where they were, versus Mid-Prairie. They're in this is just kind of scene setting, I guess, but Mid-Prairie came into the game. They've never been to the UNI-Dome. They've never been to the state semifinals in their school's history. So it's two teams on very opposite sides of the history with going this deep in the playoffs. And it looked like the newcomers were gonna I guess play spoiler and win this game. Mid-Prairie went up 21-7. They got the exact start they were looking for. Hudson Ehrenfeld had one of the most fun touchdowns I've maybe ever seen live when he took a punt return. He's got, a guy in his face, and Mid-Prairie is a good special teams team, but I was like, I don't know if he should have fielded this kick. Spins out of the tackle, runs through a crowd, 48-yard touchdown. They're fired up. Van Meter didn't get across the 50 until there were 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Mid-Prairie poured it on. Brooks Weber had touchdown passes to Kendrick Koss and Caden Koss. The one to Caden Koss, I believe, was 23 yards. They were doing well. They were flowing Mid-Prairie. They reminded me of a rule that I had not learned about in Iowa football, which is that if you kick a field goal, it essentially serves as a punt, which I did not know. The ball, if it's missed, if it doesn't roll into the end zone, is just downed wherever the field goal lands short of. So they kicked like a 50-yard field goal to essentially do a de facto punt, which was fun. And I think you have a thing, Andy?
I was going to say, even though that worked out in Mid-Prairie's favor, I hate that rule.
I hate the rule too. Yeah, I don't like it.
Absolutely hate it.
Yeah, it's a very silly rule. But a bunch of us were kind of perplexed. We were like, why is Darren Lambert kicking a field goal? And then I looked it up and we kind of learned that. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. I had no idea. But yeah, Mid-Prairie was absolutely rolling in the first half. They were doing their thing. They're the highest scoring team in 2A entering this game. And then the experience of Van Meter just kind of showed. They absolutely shut down Hudson Ehrenfeld on the ground. He only had 57 yards rushing in this game. Wasn't able to get into the end zone. Mid-Prairie was able to unleash him a couple times in the short passing game, but when the run game got shut down, they really tried to take deep shots, and they just didn't work. Brooks Weber turned it over twice in the second half, and Van Meter just slowly starts chipping away. Tied at 21. Mid-Prairie comes right back down. Brooks Weber hits Carson Humphrey in the back of the end zone, and he turns around, he makes the catch, and he kind of sits down in the end zone. And there was a defender on him. I was looking through my camera, so I didn't quite get a glance of it, but the ref ruled that I guess either the defender popped the ball out or Carson Humphrey didn't survive the ground. He drops it in the end zone. Mid-Prairie ends up turning it over on downs. They couldn't take the lead. They forced Van Meter to punt on their next drive, didn't do anything with it. Then Hudson Ehrenfeld gets another highlight. He intercepts Henry Lounsbury, Van Meter's quarterback, who had only thrown 3 picks all season coming into the game. I mentioned that as a point pregame. That was, I felt like, going to be a big thing, that if Mid-Prairie could get a takeaway, but they just can't cash it in. Brooks Weber tried to go long a couple times. There were a lot of, if you ask Mid-Prairie fans, phantom PI calls on some of those deep passes, but Van Meter's secondary held up really, really well. Mid-Prairie just couldn't cash in. They needed that, and they could have gone up 28-7 in the first half too. They needed that fourth touchdown, and they would have secured it. Van Meter ends up getting the ball back with like 3 minutes left. Christian Williams, their star running back, scores a touchdown, and then they pick off Weber when Mid-Prairie is trying to go quickly down the field on their final drive, and that was it. I won't lie, pretty heartbreaking scene after the game. The kind of toughest moment when I was just watching on was we were kind of waiting to talk to some of the players and to Coach Darren Lambert. There was a moment where all the players were kind of standing around. They had sort of finished hugging each other and saying stuff. None of them wanted to leave the field. They were just kind of standing. They almost were waiting to like huddle up and have another like post-game chat. Meanwhile, Van Meter's obviously celebrating getting back to the Uni-Dome. So that was tough, but had some great words from Hudson Ehrenfeld there and Lambert as well. Talked to Brooks Weber. He was obviously, very bummed out, but he's going to be back. This is a team that I think can definitely reload. Replacing Hudson Ehrenfeld's going to be tough. He was a senior. He scored 70 touchdowns in his career. That's the most all time by a Mid-Prairie player. Those would be some big shoes to fill, but Weber can come back for a senior. Carson Humphrey, who almost had a touchdown in this game, can come back. Kendrick Haas, who did have a touchdown in this game, can come back. He was good on both sides of the ball this year. So they do have a lot of pieces, but tough sledding, Andy, for Mid-Prairie. They've gone to the quarterfinals 2 years in a row. Last year was, there was no question they got blown out by PCM, but this game, they were really in it and they could have had it. And in the end, the experience of Van Meter kind of came through. So they are going to the Uni-Dome, and Mid-Prairie it still eludes them. They're still waiting to reach that point. But this is a team definitely kind of like the volleyball team we talked about last week, where they're in a good spot as a program, and they've definitely raised the standard. But alas, they fall short of state. And yes, ending the fall season for us.
Yes. I think I said this last week. Maybe I didn't, but this was like a state caliber game in the quarterfinals. The 4-5 game kind of is that way sometimes, and a lot of close 2A games. Since you covered it, I was watching it on the stream, and I had other games up. And about midway through the third quarter, I just X'd out all the other games that I was paying attention to because it was I was so locked in. But Opie's locked in too. But tough for Mid-Prairie. I think it probably felt like a winnable game because they had it. They had that big lead. But you're right. Van Meter's just they're a program that kind of expects to get there, and it's tough. Just a few different things that look like it just wasn't going Mid-Prairie's. The deep balls weren't quite hitting like they can, and I thought Van Meter's offense, like as the game went on, they kind of got a little better, and so it did feel like one of those. If you were Coach Lambert and Mid-Prairie scored on that last possession, would you have went for two?
So I was thinking about that, and probably not. I think I think the fact that if they would have scored, I think that would have been a pretty major swing because Van Meter had all of the momentum. And I think like to be able to score, you could kind of suck the life back out of that a little bit, and you're at home. I think they probably would have been able to rally for overtime, and just the way Mid-Prairie can operate on offense. I was thinking about that. And actually, I don't know this either, Andy. Is overtime, is it like the NFL overtime, or is it college?
It's college overtime, but a little different because they start at the 10-yard line, not the 25. Okay. So that I wouldn't look at two either because I would trust that Mid-Prairie could score a lot of from the 10. You usually like the rushing. Actually, fun fact, we had one of our biggest games in Union history when New London won the state 8-man championship. They went into overtime in the semifinals at the Dome. Wow. And they had given up like a 25-point lead to Fremont Mills. And Fremont Mills threw an interception on their possession, which was like a huge momentum shifter because Fremont Mills had been storming back, And then immediately Fremont Mills screwed up on the substitutions and had too many players on the field penalty. So New London got to start the game-winning drive from the 5-yard line, and they just like
Wow.
sneaked it up the middle with three different guys. I think they scored on third down, but it was so yeah, it becomes a kind of a different game. I'm just waiting on one of these Iowa high school games to go like 8 overtimes because you have the offense. The offenses are starting
Mhm.
to shine through, but so yeah, you started at the 10, but so I agree with you. I wouldn't have went for two either.
Yeah, it would have been a very very bold call. And I don't remember how good. The other part of it is you can factor in the kicking game. If you have a kicker that can't even
Yeah.
make extra points, that can be a
Uh-huh.
decision. But yeah, it was tough, but I do think they're going to reload. Like I mentioned it. I mean, Weber, I tallied it. He was just shy. He was 11 yards shy, Andy, of 2,000 passing yards. He had 1,989, 30 touchdowns. I know you talked about him. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, he's been dealing with a little bit of injuries this year, but they have another running back, Ryan Henry, who had almost 300 yards and a couple touchdowns on the ground. He played in this game, but not on offense. It was mostly Aaron Feld. He played on defense, and he had
Mm.
3 sacks this year on defense. He's
He's
a promising sophomore.
yeah, he's a great athlete, and the good thing this doesn't happen a lot, but the head coach Darren Lambert and a lot of those kids are on the boys basketball team,
Right.
so they just have to switch sports and use that, and of course they come in with a little bit of a disadvantage because any school that goes deep into the playoffs has a little disadvantage at the beginning of football season, but um yeah, it was that was a very fun team to watch, a very fun game to watch. You can't get much more entertaining than the way Mid-Prairie plays. So yeah.
I'd be remiss too if I did like Caden Cost basically didn't play the second half. He was dealing with injuries and even Hudson Ehrenfeld said that to me after the game. They kind of came in banged up and they
Uh,
Brooks Weber had a finger injury toward the end of the season or the end of the regular season. I know so. Yeah, tough timing with that too. But yeah, I did ask Brooks Weber and Hudson Ehrenfeld about basketball season, and they're both pretty excited. They have some high hopes for how they'll do on the hardwood. So it is nice, if there's one thing to shake off the kind of sting of a season ending, it's well in 2 weeks you're back out there just in basketball this time with basically your same group of teammates. Yeah, your same
yeah.
coach with Darren Lambert. So
Yeah, it'll be a very fun boys basketball season in Wellman. You mentioned Ryan Henry, that's a very good basketball player as well. So I'm excited for those guys. Tough that we didn't get anybody to the Dome. I think there are teams next year that definitely have a chance. Mid-Prairie is one of those where I think they'll you think they take it a little step back with Ehrenfeld, but I think the passing game for Mid-Prairie, Kendrick Koss is such a fun athlete to watch, and him and Weber have a good thing going there. So anyway, that does it for football season. We had some playoff teams make fairly deep runs. One get to the final eight, but no Doman. And you know what? At least we get to watch the games that our teams are not involved in, the Dome games. We still got to watch them because they're free this year.
yeah,
I wouldn't have even paid for the sports network uh, subscription. Nah, I probably still would have.
yeah. I
If
wrote them. Should I tell the people? I wrote them all down for this story.
Yes, yes,
Um,
tell the people.
I can tell the people my thing is buried. But I think just the Iowa High School Athletic Association is just streaming the semifinals on its website,
I think
and then
so, and I
all
think the NBC affiliates WHO has something to do with it too, so they
yes,
might step into.
yeah, WHO is doing some, and then all of the final games. Here we go. I have it in front of me. So yeah, the semifinals. There's KRCG, KYOU in Ottumwa, WHO in Des Moines, KTIV in Sioux City, KWQC in Davenport, KSF. Oh, and then there's a bunch out of state: Sioux Falls, Rochester, Minnesota, Omaha,
Really?
Nebraska. Um, Another one in Minnesota is streaming them. You can do them on MediaCom, and then yeah, um, they're all gonna be streamed as well on the
KCRG, is
website.
that going to be on TV then too?
Uh, the site
Maybe
just
not.
says to check your listings,
Oh,
so
okay.
it might depend. Maybe some of the early games, but then the Finals, yes, will all be on the Iowa PBS YouTube channel and
Perfect.
the TV channel.
I'll be watching. I think last year we made picks on this, but we no, maybe we not. Do we have a dome team? We didn't have a dome team last year. I don't know. It's been a whole year. But that was fun. Football season, high school football season. It's a very sad time when you see it leave, because I know I know for me the beginning of high school football season is it's like a new life. It's a new lease on life to get football back. But that's not the only it's not the only football talk that will be going on this show. When we come back, we're going to play a special game where there may be over $500 million on the line. I'll explain all of that
maybe
after this commercial.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
Celebrate the season at the Mount Pleasant Festival of Lights. With over 180 dazzling light displays, it's the perfect holiday tradition for families, friends, and loved ones. Experience the magic from the comfort of your car. And on select nights, bring the kids to meet Santa himself. Don't miss this enchanting event that brings holiday spirit to life. For directions, dates, times, and ticket info, head to oldthreshers.com. The Mount Pleasant Festival of Lights, where holiday magic comes to life.
Welcome back. It is Prep Sports Plus, powered by Fairway Food Stores, and we are here in the off season of football and basketball. And if you're a long-time watcher of this show, you know that every once in a while we'll get a game going in between when we have time. And I've cooked up a high-stakes game for my comrades Jack and Peter. They will be playing against each other. Today we will be playing fantasy football. Now, if you're a long time watcher of the show, you know a little bit about what this is about. I've made it a little more complicated. So what we're doing today, Jack and Peter, is you guys are creating your own full-on 22-man football team. Okay? Oh, we might need Peter's video on. I should have probably said that.
You need my video?
I guess I don't need your video as long as your voice is on there.
Okay.
But if you want to put your video on, it might help with the showmanship of this game. But I'm going to explain what's going on. So you're going to create a 22-man football team. You guys will be going against each other. We're going to run this through an AI simulator to decide who wins, with instructions that it be as realistic as possible. So. Do you guys want to play rock, paper, scissors? So you guys first.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yay.
Peter goes first. All right. So Peter, this is the player wheel. We will be spinning for you. I'm going to give it a shuffle. I'm going to try and remember to just shuffle them every once in a while.
So I just
ready
pick
to
a random
go?
character, and then it goes to a random position.
Yeah, so after I spin this, you have 30 seconds to pick the best one you can think of, and it goes to a random position. Or it hits coach's choice, in which case you can put him in any position.
Got it.
Here we go. Ready? Boom. First spin.
Good answer.
Spin.
Good answer.
Peter has 30 seconds to come up with a Disney character.
I'm not going to be able to think of them after they're off the board.
Let's just start off with Donald Duck.
Donald Duck. All right.
Duck.
remember there's $500 million on the line in this game. Donald Duck is the right tackle for Peter's Punisher.
Right. Oh, man.
Donald
How many
Duck
wide receivers do we get?
Donald
what
Duck.
was that? You get 30 seconds.
Yeah, Donald Duck at my right.
How many receivers are there?
Oh, there are 2 receivers.
Okay.
Two receivers and a tight end. If you want, I'll let you guys pick which offense you run after you get the team. So if you needed to turn a receiver into a wide out, you could do that. But yeah, there's 2 running backs.
Are we in the 4-3 defense?
And you're in the 4-3 defense. Yeah, that's pretty much locked in because you have defensive backs and stuff. So, but you can pick the offense for the it's a very scientific AI generator. So don't worry about that. All right, Peter, you ready for the player wheel?
You mean Jack?
Sorry, Jack.
All right,
Jack, you ready for the player? All right, here we go. Marvin Harrison Jr. out this weekend. That's upsetting for my real fantasy football team. Here we go.
I'm trying to make a trade in my real fantasy football team, funnily enough.
And looks like Jack is the first person to have
the
to.
scrub wheel.
I got the scrub wheel.
Destroyed.
Wheel on his first player. So now we're going to open the scrub wheel.
Scrub wheel time.
All right, here we go. Scrub wheel, and I eliminate from the scrub wheel every time. So if it gets a second, ooh, looks like Chucky Finster is
Could you remind the people at home who Chucky Finster is?
Juggernaut, buddy. Chucky Finster is the redheaded kid with glasses from Rugrats.
Oh, yeah.
He's 2 years old. And he's scared of pretty much everything. So Chuck, his dad Chaz is also on here. You don't want Chucky Finster.
What position did I get?
thought about putting Opie on the wheel. Scrub wheel, but your position is
Looks like he's gonna be a linebacker. Oh,
a right outside linebacker, Chucky Finster. I've got to.
He's got to play contain.
Need to remember. Shuffle. Remove. All right. Have it, Chucky. All right. Now, that's tough to get the scrub wheel on the first one. There's $500 million on the line. All right. Now we open back up the player wheel for Peter. Player wheel. And here we go. This is why there's a 30-second limit. I just wanted to make it. Scrub wheel! Scrub wheel for Peter.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Hitting the scrub wheel. Now we got to open this back up. And your player will be. Oh, and if it lands on Chucky, I'm just going to eliminate him because.
There's a bit of delay for us.
Yeah, there's more drama for us.
The tension's killing me.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm not going to tell you until
I got
you see
Grandpa
it,
Simpson.
Grandpa Simpson.
Put in the cold ground before I recognize Missouri.
There are only 49 stars on that flag.
I'll be deep in the cold, cold ground before I recognize Missouri.
So Grandpa Simpson is going to be playing.
I'm probably going to put him at. I'm hoping for linebacker. Probably going to be the.
I'll let you call it out.
All right, let's see. We got
Probably 2 defensive.
big money, big money, big money. Papa needs a new pair of shoes. Oh, he's my corner. All right.
All right, Grandpa Simpson in coverage on
Grandpa Simpson.
Team.
Simpson, eh?
That is tough. How do I save? I need to save the scrub wheel that way. Oh, there we go. Save. Hold on. I'm gonna take out Chucky. He's gone. Get out of here, Chucky. All right, here we go. Saving the scrub wheel. So we'll all be ready. I'm very surprised that the scrub wheel came out. I was kind of hoping the scrub wheel would wait a little bit, but it's raring to go.
Made it a promise.
All right, Jack. You guys haven't had to use your brains too much so far.
Hopefully he gets the scrub wheel again.
Dude, I might.
An Avenger.
You got 30 seconds to think of an Avenger.
Hulk.
The Hulk will be playing.
Now I just gotta pray I get
I hope he's wide receiver.
Interior guy. Yeah, but he's got hops though. Hulk wouldn't be bad, I feel like, anywhere except maybe QB.
He's gonna get locked down by Grandpa Simpson. Oh geez.
Oh no.
Attention.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, quarterback.
Oh no.
Quarterback. Hulk's calling you shots, man.
All right. The Hulk is the quarterback for Jack's Juggernauts.
That's just
that might affect your
the fella from Tennessee.
Offense.
Milton. I literally have Joe Milton. He can just throw really fast and far. That's it.
Can he?
The Hulk? Yeah. I would assume so.
Does he have the hand size for it, or would he just crush the ball?
Or does he just crush the ball? Oh. My team's.
All right. This is for Peter.
Who we got?
2 players. My team stinks.
Another Disney character.
Play Disney.
30 seconds for a Disney character.
Let's go with the mouse himself. The big honcho Mickey Mouse.
Ooh, Mickey Mouse. Wow, that's a daring one.
He's small, he's
Mickey
nimble.
Mouse will be playing.
What do we got? Big money, big money, big money.
QB.
Okay. He's calling the shots at Disney. Right. Might as well call the shots on my team. Mickey Mouse.
That, you know what? That we're a little mad at Mickey Mouse over the YouTube TV situation, but that's not a bad spot there.
I'll take that.
Peter. And you've got a very entertaining team.
Thank you.
It's like having Kyler back there.
Yeah, Kyler's good.
All right. Jack's up. Jack, sorry, I won't spoil it.
Another Avenger.
30 seconds.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Celebrate the season at the Mount Pleasant Festival of Lights. With over 180 dazzling light displays, it's the perfect holiday tradition for families, friends, and loved ones. Experience the magic from the comfort of your car, and on select nights, bring the kids to meet Santa himself. Don't miss this enchanting event that brings holiday spirit to life. For directions, dates, times, and ticket info, head to oldthreshers.com. The Mount Pleasant Festival of Lights, where holiday magic comes to life.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
You can now see the final rosters for Fantasy Football 2025. I have the results. Fellas, you ready for your scoring summary?
Hear it.
All right. First quarter, we had touchdowns by both teams. For Peter's Punishers, Mickey Mouse with a 12-yard touchdown pass to Justin Bieber, 12-year-old Justin Bieber. And the Hulk had a 1-yard touchdown run. So it was actually seven. Yeah, tush push. 7-7. By the way, they designated Patrick Starr the kicker for the extra points for the Punishers. The Juggernauts have Mrs. Puff kicking. Second quarter, a little more high scoring. Both teams scored twice. Cinnamon for the Punishers had a 28-yard touchdown on a reverse. Spider-Man caught a 35-yard touchdown pass to Mr. Krabs. That must have been on a trick play. 14-14. Oh my goodness. The Punishers, Patrick Starr with a 9-yard touchdown catch for the Punishers. And with 3 seconds left in the half, the Flying Dutchman threw a 42-yard Hail Mary to the Lucky Charms guy, who I guess is playing offense.
Using magic, man.
Crazy. We've got 55-yard pick six from Donald Duck and a 3-yard touchdown rush from Sandy Cheeks. Going into the fourth quarter,
right tackle at a pick six.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. But the bottom line is it was 28-27 going into the final quarter, where there were 2 field goals, both by Drew Carey of Peter's Punishers, and Peter's Punishers wins the game 34-27.
Look at that.
34-27. After all that, Peter, I'm going to now bring up the prize wheel to see what Peter wins.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Peter.
Game is
just might be sharing my entire screen, but whatever. All right, is it working?
Not popping up.
Oh, here we go.
So much per se.
Tell me when you can see the prize wheel.
Oh, there we go. Oh, it's gone.
All right, here we go. Sorry, I popped out it for a second. There's one roll. This is one roll for Peter's Punishers. Oh, by the way, sorry, there was a crowd of 42,000. By the way, I did not realize that there was a crowd of 42,000.
That's a lot.
Yeah, there's also post game notes. I don't know if they were, but I'll tell you, I got a post game quote from Mickey Mouse. Look, I've been slinging it since Steamboat Willie. Bieber's faster than he looks on TikTok. Does Justin Bieber do TikTok?
I don't know.
He didn't when he was 12.
Patrick Stars? Yeah, that's true. Vacuum in the slot. We just executed. Oh, boy. Here's your game-winning quote from Mickey, who really didn't do anything. And now we will spin the prize wheel.
Justin Bieber is faster than he looks on TikTok.
A free lunch.
Free lunch for Peter.
Huge.
Why are you plotting yourself?
That's big. It's a good answer.
This could be paid up the day that this comes out, because I'll be in Washington tomorrow.
Oh, there we go.
I'll be in Washington tomorrow. So
easy as that.
Yep.
Easy as that. Peter wins a free lunch. This was Fantasy Football 2025. Thoughts, fellas?
I'm disappointed in my team. I thought I would do way better. I really am. My offensive line of Toucan Sam and Cinnamon on the right side there probably didn't hold up very well.
Agreed. I agree with that. I thought for sure it would be like a 400-point win by Jack.
Also, my receivers had 2 more passing touchdowns than my quarterback. So
it's true.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Grok, he likes close games. When I was testing, I was like, ooh, there's too many. I was giving them random teams against each other. I was like, these are a lot of close games, Grok. What's going on here? And so I specifically told him not to make it close. But
I think if I remember correctly, I have 3 different kickers. So
You had a different guy kicking than
I had
your
two
extra point
different
kicker.
guys kick a field goal, and Patrick Starr was my extra point kicker. So
Drew Carey though.
The other guy.
The scrubs came to play, honestly. So congratulations to Peter. I'll be bringing you lunch tomorrow. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, everyone. Thanks for sticking around.
Winter sports.
See you during basketball season.
All right.